how we can configure a new instance, right? So virtual machine, if we are creating, what the options are there. So today we will go little forward about the if instance is there, how you can attach a volume group. So today, see, this is all the instances are there already. It is stopped. So what I'm going to do, firstly, you understood that one. When we are creating this one, you can add devices, need add storage. All these things are there. So now what I'm doing, I'm separately. Let's see, this particular server is running. I think this particular server. Let me start this one. Let it become. Came up. Initializing, running. Yes. So let's see, go through this particular instance, and we can see a couple of things here. So yesterday when we have created yes, this is yesterday we have created a block storage, and it is attached here SDB 1 GB, right? So that we have created. If you go to the volumes, you can see here 1 GB volume. Yes, this is created. It is so it is created where if it is showing some information here, no volume ID only given. So you have to go to the instances only, and here you can see the volumes.
Instance settings, I guess.
Yes, adding auto volume group, attach volume, where it is. This one. Okay. I think we can directly go from here, and then we can add or delete something, or we can detach from there. If I click here and I want to detach it, I can detach this volume from that particular instance, in that particular virtual machine. I can detach also. Okay, but it is never a good idea to detach online. Okay, so first what we are going now, I'm just telling you how. Let's say I'm creating one more volume and trying to attach with the same instance. Firstly, we will try. So before that, when I'm creating a new volume, so you can see a lot of volume types, different options are coming. So what about these? General purpose SSD, provisioned IOPS SSD, cold HDD, throughput optimized HDD, and magnetic. 5 different options are there for the volume type. So why these so many options are there? For that, I have just created for you this one. This particular, can you see this page?
Yeah, create volume.
Oh, sorry, wait a minute, I'm just changing to the PowerPoint. Can you see this one, PowerPoint slide?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have just just copied it here into the slide. So what you have, the different volumes, description, use case, API name, volume size, max IOPS. So why this? See, every disk has some function. So majorly disk are using to store the data, right? But how is your data? What the type of your data? So it depends upon the hard disk. Let's see, you have the DB. So the MongoDB, Candera, SQL, MySQL, Oracle. Then it is the best to use the solid state SSD. In SSD, there is option is provisioned IOPS because it has highest IOPS. Okay, so that way you have to use this one. General purpose SSD, they are saying if you have the virtual desktop, you need low latency, system boot volumes, all these things, you can use the general purpose SSD. It has also good apps, but not as good as the provisioned apps SSD. You can say IO1. Okay, so here you can see the volume size can be 1 GB to 16 terabyte. Here 4 GB minimum is 4 GB for this one, and 16 terabyte you can create maximum. So maximum IOPS volume is 10,000. Here it is 2,000, almost double. So if you really see, it's really means if you have the Oracle or all the DB types, highly data means instantive data read and write operations, then you should use this IO1. You got my point?
Okay.
So then
Yeah.
there is two another, and this is the old one, like HDD, older and cold HDD. That is the low cost HDD volume designed for the frequency access throughput intensive workloads, and this is low cost HDD volume designed for less frequently accessed workloads. They have given little bit, let's say you have the big data warehouse or log processing, where data will come, it's for more process. So you means that disk should not be that much great, or it is not required. Okay, so in that cases you can use this particular volume is the low cost volume HDD. Okay, so that you can take care. One of the option is they are calling is magnetic volumes. That is the older, they are saying previous generation volume details and things. So I've just copied it from the Amazon website. So this is the EBS magnetic, which are rarely people are using right now. So you will not see much, but if you have let's say you don't have only just of the dump data, or might be older data, you just want to keep it somewhere, so you are taking this one. So it is very low cost, but very old generation, very slow, or these things. Okay, so you can use this one. So that is the different type of volumes you can select, and accordingly you can use. Now let me change to again to the Safari. Just a minute. Okay, so can you see the Safari now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so now what you have to do, you have to create a volume type. Let's see, I'm just taking the general purpose SSD, not much. What is the size? I'm just again creating the 1 GB only, so not more than that. So then the availability zone, if I want to attach this one to any VM, that should be also available into the same availability zone, otherwise it will not able to attach. Let's see, I'm giving normally we have the 2B. Let's try with 2B, and snapshot ID, if you have, you can give it. So this is the older snapshot, means there by default a lot of snapshots are there publicly available. It's not about yours. Okay, so encrypt this volume. If you want to encrypt your data in particular, then you have to create the master keys. So that is again a different topic of encryption, so leave it right now. I'm just creating this volume. Once it's created, it will take couple of minutes, not couple of minutes also, it's very small size, 1 GB. See here, now I'm going through a little bit about this one. I have created this volume name, already came 1 GB when I created state in use. So it is GPS2, GP2. Okay, so nothing again encryption key or KMS. I told you key manage server. Yes, key ID, that is we didn't give.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
So, when you are selecting the availability zone, you selected as US West 2A, and you said that the VM should be in the same region, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's see, I'm going here, we can check our VMs also. So where our VM is, so we have selected on the properly or not, otherwise we are 2A. So we have, it is on the 2A only.
So
Okay.
only that can be added to this. If it's 2B, that cannot be added to this.
Yeah, because that is yes, it should be. Now I'm just trying this one, attach volume. So I want to attach to which instance? Okay, so it is there, all are stopped, it is showing 1 2 3, all are stopped. So where is in 2B? See, So these are showing which are in 2B because my volume in the 2B, right? And my running instance that is running into the 2A. So it is not giving you that option itself. If I want to attach, I have, see this is 2B is how many? 1, 2, 3. It is 3 are there. So that 3 only it is showing when you are going to attach this volume. So which instance? These 3 are there. So let's see, I am just giving on web server primary. Let's see. So it is showing SDF there. The newer Linux kernel may rename your device with the HDF through or this one internally. Even the device name enter you have shown into the SDF through SDP. Oh, means it's the Linux kernel. They have the different mechanism to use. Sometimes it is using SVDP or XVDF. So I'm just attaching this one. So I have attached with the web server, primary web server, right? This one. So what I'm going to start this one. Let's see in the down it is showing. See here. Already it start showing here. Block device. Root device is only one. Second is this. If you go to any other one, let's see this particular. It is showing. We have attached to this only, right? Okay, let me start this one now. You can attach on the fly itself, so that is not the problem. So it was already shut down. I'm just telling you how you can attach or detach the volume. So if this particular instance where already I have created, okay, so now what let's say I want to detach it. So how you can do? So you can go into the volumes, and this particular volume it is already added somewhere within one of the instance. That is the information. See here it is somewhere EC2 practical. So EC2 practical it is attached. I have just given the tag name so that I will come to know. So what I'm going to do, I'm just trying to detach volume. Are you sure you want to detach? Yes, detach it. On the running system I have detached. Sometimes it might be corrupt also, or something can happen. So let's see what it is. It should not give any error. Okay, now my web server is started. So I am going to connect. So here I just want to tell you two things. One of the how you can connect. One option is you are always connecting with this SSH, right? There is another option. It is also given here, Java SSH client directly from my browser. That also you can try if you want to directly try on your browser. You don't have any that's putty, or if you have the Windows machine, okay, and you don't have any SSH client, so then you can use this option.
Okay, just like if I install a WebLogic server on a AWS instance, that's when I can use a Java SSH client directly from my browser, I guess.
Right, it's something like that.
Okay.
So what I have to do, I have to share. I'm just stop sharing once again. You can see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, and just paste it. Try here. Okay, so this is my machine is ready, where I have attached 1 GB volume. How you can see, this is the Linux command fdisk-l. So here you can see, yes, the new name is xvdf. So that is 1 GB already created. Okay, so this is attached with this particular VM. Got it? So now but I can't use this 1 GB immediately. If I'm giving df-th, that is tell you what is your here, that 1 GB will not come. So what I have to do, I have to create a file system on that, then you can use.
Make
Let's say you have add a D drive, but people are saying, means if you really see, you have to format first time. If let's see, no, these days everything like USB drives also coming to plug and play, but earlier what happened, if you add any new disk, you have to firstly format it.
It will ask you to format it.
Yes. So it is something like that. You have to format that particular disk, and then you have to use for your means any purpose. So that is now. Yesterday, if you remember, I will show you. You can see this one, right?
Yeah, I can see the PowerPoint.
Yeah. So you have yesterday we had discussed about this one. I told you I will tell you pre-warm EBS volumes. EBS erase on first mount. Erase on first mount, which causes loss of 5 to 50% ops per first time. So what it means? So I will tell you here what it means, because now you have mount the data. So to mount this new file system, to create the file system, it will stop, means it will take some time, right? So to create all these things, so it's called, it will reduce your IOPS time. So now AWS is giving you the option pre-warm EBS volumes. Pre-warm means it's ready to use. How you can use that, I will tell you. Now this particular file system is ready. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to format it. /dev xvdf, I think. Yes, xvdf, right? So I am going to go here, new file system, yes, primary, size, start, ends, almost everything I am going to use. Then T4 toggle, file system 83, Linux type of file system I am writing. So once I have write it, so means it's form, means almost I have created a file system. Now what is the step? Is the command like in Windows it is just saying right click and format. Here it is mkfs.ext4, then file system dev /x dvf1. So yes, done. See, now it will, this file system is ready. Now in Windows it's automatically show as a D, but in Linux it is not show. In df-th still it is not there. So how in Linux, what is the way you have to mount this particular drive? So what I am going to do, I am creating a, let's see, it is your web server. I am just giving where www, I am just creating a directory. Let's see your where www is your web server. Let's see, I'm giving you the name, anything, it is fine, it is your name, my name, web server. So now you can mount your this file system dev xvdf1 /where www web server. If now you can see like my computers here in Linux command df-th, you can see this new file system.
Yep.
So now I can say this file system is ready to use. So let's see, you have again requirement of 1 GB to attach with one of the file system, one of the virtual machine. Then what you will do? You have to again create a 1 GB of EBS file system. Then you have to attach it. After attaching, you have to format it. Then you have to mount it. That is the steps you have to always follow to create a new, or you have to attach a new file system, new EBS file system to any virtual machine. Right? So what is the easiest way to do that? Okay, so now I'm coming on this one. You have to go to the volumes. Let's see, I have created this volume today, so creation date. Just click here. Then You see different options are there. So one of the option is create snapshot. I am creating a snapshot for this particular volume so that it always be ready if I want to attach it to somewhere. If you click on snapshot,
and creating snapshot, you can always you can also change the availability zone.
Yes, I think yes, we can. Let's try this one. So let me firstly create a snapshot for this one. Click create snapshot. Let me check if we can do. It is web server 1 GB. So let's see, any description you can give. 1 GB disk, encryption no, create snapshot, close. So now come on the snapshots. So it's already this is pending. It will take couple of progress is going on. So 13% is done. So it will take a couple of minutes here to create a snapshot. It's exactly the same disk. Now the thing is, once it is create, I will already created one so that we can start our continue session. It will take some time. Once you have snapshot is ready, like down is ready already 1 GB test. Okay, so that snapshot is ready. From there itself, you can create a volume or create an image. Means from here you can create another volume. Now it is pre-form, it is ready to use because it's already formatted, already file system is there, right? So you have to just create a volume. So then what type of volume? Here you can change now. Got it? Here let's see, you are choosing 2B. Earlier it was 2A or 2B?
Earlier it was 2B.
So now we can choose it 2A. Okay? Or whatever you want, 2C or anything. Now you can create here. Again 1 GB size. I am going to create with general purpose SSD, create volume. Okay, close. So from this test means this one upper one is also ready. So if you click here, you can create a volume. Yes, you can create here also for this. Okay, now come on the volumes.
Okay.
Come on the volumes. Yes, no, this is one more is ready now, available. See, this is in use, this is available, this is not in use because I have this one I have detached, this is I have created new one.
Okay.
Okay, now if you want to this available one means you are aware it is not attached with anyone because otherwise it will show as a in use. So it is available. What you can click here and attach volume again. You can attach with any instance. So here now you can see EC2 practical. I want to give one SDF practical. Yes, attach it.
Okay.
So now yes, now what I will do, I will just click on EC2. The same thing, yeah. Okay, so what I will go, I am going to EC2, log in there and see this one. EC2 practical, yes, this one, connect. Oh, sorry, this doesn't have means public IP. Okay, so then you can see. Now I will tell you, yesterday we had discussed about public and this one. From this snapshot, how you can again create a volume or create an image. One more thing, when you let's see, I'm giving you one more example. You have what's the tool which you have to means take time to install, deploy everything. What is the tool you have? You have any tool you can tell me?
Where I'm working, you mean?
Yeah. Where are you working?
Okay. Build and deploy, we use Jenkins, and we have pipeline scripts actually.
Okay, so to create first setup with Jenkins, all other things, configurations, it will take how much time?
Yeah, pretty much a lot of time. You have to make new slaves available and all that packages which will be used during the compilation, everything. Yeah, at least like 1 week.
Okay. So you can say to complete one machine with all the packages, software, everything, it will take 1 week. So now everything is installed, right? Let's say this is your server, secondary web server, let's say anything. This is ready, right? So in these cases, how you can tackle, firstly see what the volume name for this particular instance. There is something information you can see from here. VPC ID, subnet ID, volume name, instance ID. Okay, instance ID, you can see this one. Because if I'm going to volumes, yes, instance ID, it is given here.
Volume name is the first table. It's not there.
Yeah.
No, nothing is given. Name.
Okay, nothing is given. So then how I can, which volume is attached to where? There is some option, might be security groups, this one.
So to which instance it is attached is the question?
No. Yes, because when we created, we have the 8 GB disk is assigned to this one, right? So that which 8 GB disk we have created? My question is, so already these are the volumes you have, right? So we have created 8 GB disk for that particular instance. So that particular instance is.
Can you hold on for a second?
Yeah, definitely. It is showing here. So now from this attachment information, from here you can see which volume is attached to where. See here you have that information. So now we were talking about our secondary web server. This particular is there in this one, right? So what the example I was giving you, let's see, this particular server is ready with your all software packages, everything, right? One server. Now it's easy for you, just click here, create a snapshot of this one. Means your information is ready, available. Now you want to create one more server, or you can create a snapshot of your running server and keep it like this. Let's see, tomorrow you are doing something, you are upgrading Jenkins, upgrading database, upgrading anything in your system, and it crashed or it didn't come up. You no need to worry or no need to waste the time to rebuild again. You have to you have the snapshot. You are again create a volume on that and attach it. That's all. It will start again. OS, everything, packages, everything readily available. So some people, what they are doing, whenever they are doing any changes on their server, any changes mean big changes. Let's say they want to upgrade their server, they want to change the packages, they have my database backup or weekly something. Every week they have the automatic script to create a snapshot. So what is benefit if sometimes, anytime, let's say your data crashed or your server crashed. So you can from that particular snapshot you can again create a volume. Okay, that is the bigger benefit of the snapshot. Because if you see, click on the snapshot, these two snapshots are there, right? If I am any data is here, so it's always be available for me. Okay, so whenever I will attach this one to in this snapshot, I'm just, let's say I need this disk again, I'm just clicking it, create a volume, I'm create a volume of this one, then I can attach with the same data will be remain there. It is not the empty disk, right? You can create something, you can with all your packages, your OS, everything it is already there. You just create a new volume and use it. Or let's see, tomorrow requirement is you have one Jenkins is not enough for your environment. You need 2 Jenkins servers. So again you have to spend a week to configure everything. No, you take the snapshot of the first volume. From snapshot you can create a volume and start a new server. Understood? Or
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, understood.
Yeah, so that is the one of the big benefit for you. Okay, to create a snapshot, adding it, and whenever not required, you can delete it. All these things you can use, or you can attach, detach. All these options are there. You can go through this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, clear now.
So now see our EC2. In EC2, where it is. In EC2, these are my running VMs, right? If I click on any running VM, you can see this public IP and private IP, this one. So now let's see, assume one thing, this is your web server or your database server, or okay, imagine this one. This is your web server. Web server public IP can't change every time when you reboot, right? It will be always a static IP. Or every time if you want to log in on one server, you will not go there and check that what is the new IP address and change everywhere, right? It's so you need a permanent public IP. So how you can do that, right? So for that you have the option of the elastic IPs. If you go there, elastic IPs, it is asking about allocate new address. So I am just clicking allocate, and it will assign.
This is more like
permanent IP.
Static IP.
Static IP, absolutely true. So I'm just close it. So this is already created, right? So this is the new elastic IP you have. You have to just associate. Yes.
Associate.
Yeah. So where you want to associate, it's up to you. Let's see your web server primary. What is the private IP? That is already given, because that is there. You can change it in that also, but that is always permanent. And then you can associate.
Okay. Nice.
So if you see now, the public IP will change now. This is 52.40.87 something.
I see it below. You see the description of. Okay.
No, this is the elastic IP. I have to go to the EC2 dashboard, or you have to go to the instances, then see this server. Now it is changed. This is the new IP came.
Okay.
Okay. So that is now the permanent IP for you.
Okay.
Okay. But definitely everything is a cost involved here. Okay. So you have to pay for that. If you means how many you are using, I think per user ID they are giving at least 5 or 3 they are giving free. So after that they are charging for that, and that is also 3 is not free, is involve the prices, but after that also you can ask for more. So accordingly you have to pay for that. So now come on the this network interfaces. If I'm okay, so what I will do. Now I will just, this is the, you can see the public IP or private IP. Now private means it's the public IP. Now come on the private IP. So private IP, you can come on the VPC, virtual private cloud. So I told you, when you are creating a new instance, if you come on the another browser, if I am clicking on any instance, by default it will create one VPC ID. It is showing here. No, let me try if I can. Setting, we can manage something. Wait a minute. Yes, VPC ID. If I am click here also, it will show you the VPC ID now. This by default it will create a new VPC ID, or means you can say VPC. So if you come on this one, so how many means to you can, your VPC is this one right now. VPC ID is this. If your volume is there, everywhere it is the same VPC ID. See here. Okay, so you have one virtual private server. By default it's create for you when you creating first time. Now it is assigning one public private IP range also to you. Okay, so how you can change these things, or sometimes you require to change, you can come on the subnet, click on the subnet. There is a one complete subnet is given here. If you want, let's see your office network is running on 192. You also want to give here 192, you can create by yourself. Okay, create a new subnet and add it there. If it is already IP address is assigned. I will that directly also you can do with the instances. This come down network private IP. Okay, this is the private IP it is given, so you can change here.
Yeah, private IP.
No, you have to select which one. Let's say you are using this particular, right? Manage IP address. Here you can add a new IP address if you want to add a new IP address.
Okay.
So you just give the new IP address here, so that will also work for you.
So if we have another new VM, we can add that VM.
No. If the same VM you want to one more IP address.
Oh, you can add one more IP address.
Yes. Let's say you have the requirement. You want 2 IP addresses.
Okay. I would like to add 172, 31, 40, 42.
Yes. So accordingly means what is available, you can use that one, because here you can see what is the IP addresses you already used. This is 41, but all are from different range you have, right? So according to when you required, you can use that. No problem with that. Okay. So user data. Yesterday we talked about the user data. What is user data actually? When your instance is running or you creating your instance, so there is always a user data option is there. It is showing here by default down somewhere, it should be there.
Maybe it's in the tags or status tag.
No. Actually, when you're creating new instance, it is showing as a create user data. Okay. Firstly, I will explain you what to create. Actually, it is, if you go through this PPT, this is this one last user data cloud init. So what it means, let's say you are creating a new image, right? You already knew when I'm creating. You want to on the runtime itself, you want to execute some scripts. So that you can do with that. Let's say I'm executing one script, it will automatically create 4 folders, file, all these things. So it will run, firstly create new virtual machine, it will create, then automatically execute your script. So whatever you mention into the shell scripting or into the user data, that space, you can that will automatically execute. That option is there. User data, no, directly is not there. Wait a minute. Actually, whenever they are changing the GUI, a lot of options are changed from OnePlus. Okay, I will tell you how it is. So let's create a new image. Select this one, next configuration details. Here advanced. Yes, this is the option. Yeah, this is the option. So means you are creating an instance where you want to give something /bin bash. You are seeing mkdir
EXA.
yeah, anything you can say /p /devinder/test, then again mkdir/p -p means if it is doesn't exist, it will create first directory /test1, then it will touch a file /touch abc /abhi /test1. So in this directory it will create all these things. Okay, now I am just next. Yes, 8 GB attaching, configure security group, review, and the review storage instance details. So user data something, it is came into the encrypted format, launch. So now use my AWS keys. Yes, let's start. Yes, this one.
So basically, if you log in with that user ID, and whatever you do on the instance will be recorded in that log data.
No, sorry, come again.
Now you created that user data with your name and my name, right?
Yeah.
You create.
That is the just directories. I asked to create 2 directories.
Directories, okay.
Yeah, that's one your name, one my name. Under your directory, I asked to create one file. In your, not in under my directory, in your directory only. So we have to just see now. Is it there?
And these names are just like regular file directories or
regular
user account directories?
No, it's a regular directories.
File directories. Yeah.
Okay, sudo ls-l/. So if you see here, the vendor directory is there, Abhi is already there. So we didn't manually create it. So now I will go into the your directory or just see ls-l/Abhi. There should be test1 automatically there. But that file didn't create it. It didn't create the file. Might be some syntax error or might be something. Okay, it didn't create the file. So that we can check with the brainstorm. But at least there is some might be the syntax error. But same way you can run any script, it will do all the things.
Okay.
Okay, so it is
during the instance creation itself, whatever directories and you want with the respective permissions, 755 or whatever.
Yes, that you can given directly you can. Yes, true.
Okay, that's neat.
Yes, here you can see view and change user data. So I have created touch abc/abhi/test1. It should create touch.
A slash is missing after test1.
Yeah, you can say it should be there. Now let me see, it is running without that or in touch abc/abhi test1. If I am giving something this way. Oh. Why it is not?
Touch is not working.
Change file. Oh my god! It is just use. I think might be changed. If I'm only to access the file. Touch is not creating the file here. That is really bad. In Red Hat, I'm using touch to create a new file.
Even in for example, we have some
files.
auto scripts or any GIL files. We need to touch it so that it goes and gets created in the RSS database.
So there is
okay. Linux touch works. Yeah, that's what I
think might be Ubuntu or something due to that. But only thing is, yes, it's working.